today's episode of Mythbusters, we are here today to find out if moonshine really makes you go blind. Moonshine made its appearance into society during the time of Prohibition, as the purchase of alcoholic beverages were banned. This caused people to resort to making them on their own through various processes in an unregulated manner. We brought two shiners from the Appalachian here with us to our lab in Hampton-Sydney College in Central Virginia. One moonshiner, Timbuktu, claims to be able to distill the best moonshine in the state of Virginia. He claims that his moonshine is so good it can cure cancer. His ability to distill is uncanny, especially for a blind man. The other moonshiner we've got here with us today, Billy Bilson, also claims to be the best shiner in the state. Billy says he's got the advantage because unlike Tim, he isn't blind. So today we're going to have ourselves a moonshine off and see whose product is better and why. Then we'll interview a scientist to see what he knows about the age-old myth that moonshine will take your sight. Here's our first distiller, Timbuktu.
Hi, I'm Timbuktu, and I'm from Galax, Virginia, and I got the best shine in the state, boy.
Timbuktu, when did you start shining?
I started shining when I was 13 years old. Hell, come think of it, I went blind when I was 13 years old, too.
So how do you make your moonshine?
Well, I pour the methanol and the ethyl alcohol in here, and I let it run through the distiller, and then as soon as it gets out of the distiller, I drink it. Because that's the best moonshine you can get, is when it first comes out of the still.
So here's our second distiller, Billy Bilson.
My name is Billy Bilson. I'm from the backwoods of Roanoke, Virginia. I've been shining since my pappy taught me in my first days. I'm here coming for Timbuktu's title as the shiner of the state.
No, you ain't.
So how do you make your moonshine?
Well, first you take your mash, and that's going to be whatever your fruit is, and you put your yeast in there, and then you strain it all out once it's fermented, and you take your strained stuff, and you put it up in the still here. Now, once you got it all distilled, you got your ethanol and you got your methanol. You're going to chuck that methanol because you don't want that. No, you can't drink that, or else you might end up like that guy over there. Instead, you're gonna eat these little beans right here while you're sitting there waiting, and then you're gonna get rid of the methanol and you're gonna chug the ethanol until you're blind, deaf, and dumb. But not literally.
What'd you say about chucking the methanol?
You gotta get rid of it, or else you're gonna go blind like you did.
You shine like a city boy. I've
Boy,
been
you
blind.
sound like
I've
a
been blind
fucking
since I was 13. I always chugged the methanol. I chugged the methanol since I was 13.
Well, that's why you're fucking blind, buddy.
Huh. I ain't never thought of that.
Here we have with us our expert scientist, Dr. Sipe, to explain the science behind how methanol can possibly lead to blindness.
Yeah, so when you distill your sample, you always want to get rid of your first cut because your first cut has methanol in it, and drinking methanol can cause you to go blind. When methanol is consumed, it undergoes a process in the body that turns it into formaldehyde, which is a gas that's used for making building materials and household products ranging from pressed wood products to permanent press fabrics. You might also recognize formaldehyde as a type of chemical used as a tissue preservative in autopsy. Formaldehyde, when consumed or absorbed through the skin, is toxic to the eyes and can cause severe blindness. This chemical also causes damage to the optic nerve, which carries signals from the retina, what the person sees, to the brain and how you perceive what you see. These dangers, however, could be avoided if the first few ounces that come out of the still are discarded. After that, you just take the rest, which should just be pure moonshine that you can drink.
So that wraps up today's episode of Mythbusters, as we determined that moonshine can in fact cause blindness.